I know. It's okay. I figured it out.
Open up, you open up.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah.
I'm Sadie.
And we're not straight.
Welcome to our channel, or welcome back. We're super excited to shout out a few new patrons, first and foremost. Oh, Shell wants to get in on that. She says, shout out to Elena,
Noah,
and Catherine. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. We're lucky to have you.
Yeah. If you are new to our channel, hit the subscribe button. We post LGBTQ relationship content every Sunday. If you are a returner, we love you. Thank you for being here.
You're the best.
And speaking of coming back to things, this is something I've been thinking about for a while. Just rolled it.
Rolling.
You threw me off with your face. Speaking of coming back to things, this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time and I wanted to do, but I just haven't taken the time to do it. So I wanted to do this today and I wanted to share it with you guys. And that is to write a letter to my tiny, tiny little baby gay self before she knew she was baby gay.
Before she knew.
Yeah.
I mean, somewhere deep in your...
Oh, it was oozing out of every pore in my body that I was gay. I just didn't know what that meant. And I didn't, once I realized what gay was, I was like, oh, that's not me. Like, good for you guys, but that's not me. Surprise!
I was just giving a knowing look. And we recently got a gift from a friend that was wrapped in this.
If you don't recognize this, I showed this photo a while back in a video. How did I not know I was gay? So, here's my letter to myself. Dear little Sadie, I've been thinking of some things that I think you should know. Some things I wish I had known. I'll start easy. When you're at a sleepover and your friends ask you which boy you have a crush on, it's okay to not have one. I don't know about, did you do sleepovers where you talk about crushes all the time?
Yes.
Okay, I felt like this was something that we just did, that it was just a normal requisite thing.
Yeah.
And it was customary to just go around the circle late at night, truth or dare. Mm-hmm. Or if we're being honest, it was truth, dare, double dare, promise or repeat. And
I actually have never heard of that.
oh, I thought that was something that everybody did. Don't ask me what they mean. I never caught on. We would always just talk about the boys we had crushes on. And I remember just thinking, are we just supposed to pick, a popular boy?
Are we just supposed to pick one?
Are we supposed to pick somebody we think is cute? Because I definitely thought boys were cute.
The fact that you were, meta thinking about this at all, do I pick one that's cute? That thought,
Yeah, that should have been,
is an indicator. Yeah.
Exit the freeway.
Yeah.
I always felt like I had to act like I really did like them. At school, be weird around them, or, not talk to them.
Gosh, so much thought went into this.
I just thought we picked a crush and then eventually it would be a crush.
That seems to go against the definition of a crush.
Well, I wasn't thinking about definitions.
You were doing incredible social observance. You were like, okay, you said that it was him, and now every time you're around him, you're acting weird, so I guess I'll pick someone, and then I'll do that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant of you.
Thank you.
Socially, as a child, to be like...
I like to call myself street smart.
That's so street smart.
These are things that I wish someone had told me. You don't have to... You don't have to pick someone, and it's okay. And it's okay if all your friends do. And it's okay if those are real crushes. Mm-hmm. It's also okay if your friends are lying about it.
Right. Yeah. And it's also okay if you have a female crush.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you don't want to share your crush, too.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have to be something you have to disclose.
I mean, when you get a double dare, you do. It's okay to like sports more than painting your nails or makeup. It's also okay to wear whatever you want. I also felt like because I was a girl that I wasn't supposed to like sports. Whatever else, I didn't ride dirt bikes or anything, but I would have loved to.
You wanted to play football.
I did actually want to play football, yes.
I think there's an acceptable age that girls are encouraged to play sports because it's fun, and then there's some sort of like hazy cutoff. Yeah, it's okay to love sports, and whichever sports you want.
I feel like I got so publicly, not shamed, but just kind of like people would like laugh along with me, but it was like mostly just like, oh, that's so cute and funny. And I was like, no, I'm serious. When I would tell them that I wanted to play tackle football. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play football. I grew up in a very big football town. It was like the thing that people were known, you know, like high school boys were known for. It was like Friday Night Lights. And I wanted to be a part of it. And I remember I was actually a figure skater. So the opposite end of the spectrum. And I remember when I skated an exhibition routine one time, they gave like a little blurb about the exhibition skater. I put in my description of myself that I wanted to play football for my high school team. And they read that over the loudspeaker in the skating rink. And I was like so proud of myself. And everybody laughed. And I was like, so that's like just a funny thing. Like that's not a real thing.
Oh, that just like broke my heart a little bit.
I mean, growing up to be like 5'0" and like freshman Sadie being like 100 and nothing pounds, I don't think I would have fared super well playing football. But I didn't need my dream squashed when I was like 9.
No. You never told me that story either.
Oh, sorry. But I think along with that was like the, you know, physical appearance. I always wanted to wear sweatpants and like athletic clothes and t-shirts, and I always wanted to shop in the boys section. And I learned quickly that I was a tomboy. It was just kind of like I don't know. Nobody else had to have a label. Everybody else was they just like wore whatever they wore.
Just got to be.
And not that I reject that in any way. Like I would describe myself as a tomboy, but I think it's so important to just be comfortable making your own choices. And I learned quickly to like second guess myself when doing that, which led to some horrifying fashion choices later on.
I think I can jive with a lot of this part too, and I want to come back to the idea that it was okay as long as it was funny, because I think that I used that a lot with my clothing choices growing up too. I had a signature lampshade look, that's what I like to call it, and imagine stacking lampshades on top of each other. So like if I was feeling extra fun, I would wear pants underneath capris, underneath basketball shorts, underneath short shorts, and refer to it as my lampshade look because I thought it was like okay as long as it was funny.
I am so upset that you haven't brought out photos of this.
I don't know if anyone took any photos of this. I can maybe reenact it, recreate it some other time, but
I can imagine it. You don't need to do it now. I just want to see the look in its prime.
But yes, it like to your point though, it was only okay if it was funny.
Yeah.
To be different.
Yeah, totally. Not that this is what I experienced or what I experience currently, but I do think that that is a cultural belief, that there is a dress code. There are norms around how people appear, what your appearance is, how you look, and if you have like hair that's dyed like certain color, like if you have green hair or blue hair or whatever, you're not professional, and that's absolute bullshit. That's not that doesn't have anything to do with what your brain can do, what skills you have, your interests, like,
or if you refuse to wear makeup.
Right. Or if you wear a lot of makeup.
Yeah. Or if you wear too much.
Yeah. When you're a little kid, you just want to wear what you want to wear. I just found a picture of myself the other day, like, shaving my legs for the first time. And I was like, this little, like, bowl cut, visor wearing, like, two-tone blue t-shirt with, like, the ringer, like, cuffs. Like, she was living her best life. Like, she was having so much fun. My mom tells a story all the time of her going to work on a Saturday and coming home, and my dad had let me get dressed myself, and I had like a Christmas sweater and like bikini bottoms or like little shorts. It was like the middle of the summer, and rain boots. She was like, and he always took me to McDonald's for breakfast on Saturday mornings, and she goes, "Did you take her out like that?"
No, that's so cute.
He was like, "Yeah." She picked it out herself.
She picked it out.
My dad is also colorblind, so the color combination.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Well, I think it's just like on top of.
Yeah. He was like, I didn't know it was a Christmas sweater. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Now for the bigger stuff. It's okay to just be making it through. You don't have to be outstanding to compensate for anything. I think because of the fact that I knew I was different because I had, unique interests and wanted to dress a certain way, and I learned very quickly that those made me different. I always felt like I was kind of compensating for that in other ways. Like I always felt like I had to, try really hard in school and be an excellent student or be like the best kid. And I think that was really hard because the implication was that I wouldn't be taken seriously otherwise. And I knew that. No one ever said that to me, but I understood. And that wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to be like the best high school athlete. And I didn't want to be like the perfect student. I just wanted to be able to go with the flow and not have a lot of pressures on me, I guess.
Right. And you were trying to avoid like the alternative, because if you were different and just average, it would have been harder.
Yes. That's what I felt like. I think that's what I inferred. I know. It's okay. I figured it out.
It's very exhausting. That's a very exhausting place to live in, where you feel like you always are not quite good enough unless you are the best.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way of putting it.
It's unsettling.
Yeah. And finally, there are other people out there like you.
This last one.
Yeah. I think I felt so alone in my identities because how I viewed myself was in contrast. Mm-hmm. I didn't see all the similarities that I had with people. I saw the differences. And I think I tried to weave together more similarities than there actually were. But I just wish I had known that it's okay to be different and that there are other people like me in the world. And I've shared this many times before, but I grew up in a really small town, and just by nature of the small town, there just aren't many people there, and there wasn't.
Generous.
Well, there aren't. There aren't many people there in a small town in general, but there certainly weren't many other people like me. When I was young, there were no out gay people that I knew of. And as I got older, there were like one or two. And there were always rumors about like this person's gay. And I always thought it was like a slur, like something that you shouldn't say to someone. And or
it's
about
used
someone.
that way when you're a kid.
Yes, and I feel like that was like the height of using gay as like a negative word.
Yes.
But I wish I had known that like there are people like me, and they are thrilled with who they are. They're happy to be. They're happy to have these identities. They have like wonderful relationships, or they are super happy being single, or they have great relationships with their family. But they exist and they're happy, and you could be that too.
And not just that, but you will find them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you will meet those people. You will get to be around those people and feel like less lonely in those identities. Like those can be your people.
Yeah.
They're not just like out there in the abyss for you to like ponder about.
Yeah.
They will be your friends.
Yeah. Here we are.
Girlfriends.
Oh yeah, you. So that was my little letter to myself. My letter to my little Sadie self.
Tiny little baby Sadie.
Keep being you, kid. I like it that way. Love, Big Sadie. And I think this channel is kind of our letter to anybody who might feel any of these similar things too, and might be seeking those people, like people who are like you, and here
It's
we
us.
are.
We are those people. We are here for you.
Yeah.
You're not alone. Yeah, I think that's a good way to close this out.
Yes. I wish I had heard this from someone when I was younger, so hopefully
Especially someone so beautiful and successful and
wonderful,
wonderful.
just, incredible in every way.
Yeah.
A real attractive, fun-loving gal.
Okay. We'll see you
Alright.
next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye. Just so I look taller than you.
Shit, damn. You're shorter than me by a lot, so.